Hi everyone, good day. Welcome back to our next video. In this video, we will discuss about unions in C. Let's move on to the video. Unions are also used to create user-defined types just like structures. A union is a collection of one or more variables of different types. All the major aspects of union, like defining a union type, declaring objects of a union type, using and performing operations on variables of union type, are the same as that of structures. The difference between structure and union are in terms of the keyword and in terms of storage of their members. In structure, a separate memory is allocated to each member, while in union, all the members of an union variable share the same memory, that is, memory is allocated for the largest variable type. This implies that although a union may contain many members of different types, it can handle only one member at a time. Let us see how to define a union. So it is similar to the structure definition. So here instead of using the struct keyword, we will use the union keyword. Union followed by the union tag name, and the union members are enclosed within the curly brackets terminated by a semicolon. So the union members can be of different data types. For example, uname is the union tag name with which we will be declaring the union variables. So here we have three union members, character A, integer B and float C. So we have three union members of three different data types. Next we will see how to declare a union variable. The syntax for declaring a union variable: union keyword followed by the union tag name followed by the list of union variables. So we can declare any number of union variables. These union variables are of the type union tag name. Say for example, union uname. So you can declare any number of variables for this union uname. The declaration can be done either after the union definition separately in the declaration statement or immediately after the union type definition. So here we have two ways of declaring the union variable: immediately after the union definition or separately in a separate declaration statement. Next we will see how to initialize values for the union variable. Since the members of a union variable share the same memory, the union variable can hold the value of only one of its member at a time. Hence, while initializing a union variable, it is allowed to initialize its first member only. It is not like structure where we can initialize value for all the structure members. Here we can initialize value only for the first member because the memory is allocated only for the highest data type. Union members can be accessed by using the dot operator or the direct member access operator. The syntax: union variable name dot union member name. The example: the union variable name is V1, and if you want to access the union member A, you can see the printf V1 dot A, union variable name dot union member name. So this is how we access a union member. Let us discuss one example for union. Union uname is defined. It has three union members: character A, integer B and float C. We have declared a union variable V1 and initialized a value. Only a single value can be initialized because memory will be allocated only for the largest data type. The union members share the same memory. So we have initialized only one value that will be assigned to the first member of the union, that is character A. So in the main function, we have displayed the value in the A member. So V1 dot A for the variable V1, union variable V1. The value of A is capital A. So let's run the program. So you can see the value of A is capital A. Then we are assigning for B, we are assigning the value 200. Then we are displaying the value of B, V1 dot B. We are accessing the union number V1 dot B. So it is 200. Then again we are trying to access the first union number. So which is not possible because the data will be overwritten. At one time, only the current value which we have assigned only will be available in the memory because all the three members share the same memory. whatever value is currently assigned only will be available, only that can be accessed. So v1.a, the previous value cannot be accessed. So that is why we are getting a question mark. We are not having any value. So if you want to see what is the size of the union, you can just pass the union variable v1 to the size of operator. So here we are getting 4 because 4 is the largest data value. So if it is structure, the total value would be, memory allocated would be 9 bytes. So 1 for character, 4 bytes for integer and 4 for float. But here in union, it will allocate the memory for the largest data type. And all the members of the union share the same memory. Let us discuss what are the similarities and differences between structures and unions. As we already know, both structure and union are used to create user-defined types. They differ in their keyword as struct and union. So otherwise, defining a structure, defining a union, creating variables for structure, creating variables for union, they are similar. Both structure and union are used to store heterogeneous data, that is data of different data types. They differ in their way in which storage is done for their structure member or union member. In structure, memory is allocated for each structure member separately, whereas in union, memory is allocated for the highest data type. So among the union members, which data member is having the highest data type, memory is allocated for that particular data type and all the other members share the same memory. Because of this reason, the way in which initialization of values are done for the structure variable or the union variable is different. In structure variables, initialization can be done for all the structure members, whereas when initializing values for the union variable, it is different. We can initialize value only for the first union member. So for the other members, values cannot be initialized. But we can assign values. When we write programs, values can be assigned. The memory can hold only one value at a time in case of union. So the way in which the members are stored is a major difference between structure and union. So in the example given below, we have a structure sname, we have a union uname, we have declared variable for both structure as well as union, given the same name v1. So the memory allocated for v1 variable will be for in case of structure, for character 1 byte, integer 4 bytes and float 4 bytes. Totally, for v1 variable of a structure, 9 bytes will be allocated. But in case of union, for union variable v1, 4 bytes only will be allocated. Because character is 1 byte, integer 4 bytes, float 4 bytes. So the highest data byte is 4 bytes. That much memory only will be allocated. For union variable v1, 4 bytes only will be allocated. So this is the difference between structure and union. In this video, we discussed about unions in C. We have come to the end of this series of videos on C programming for beginners. Hope you find all the 20 videos useful. All the basic concepts of C programming language has been covered. If you have not watched the full series of videos, kindly check them. In 20 sessions, you can learn C programming language. Kindly like and share the videos and subscribe the channel. We will meet with a new series of videos. Thank you for the support.